is up, Facebook family, TikTok family, and YouTube family? This is Ruben Escalona with another episode of Storytime with the Roopster. I don't know if you want to call it what you want to call it, but I thought I'd go live once again just to kind of promote the event that's coming up this Saturday at 8 a.m. Of course, Red Alpha, we're going to be setting up a booth at the World of Builds car show, um, this weekend. So we wanted to invite you guys out to the World of Builds. Check out our social medias to get all the information. It's from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And so we'll be out there. There'll be a lot of other vendors that are, food trucks, all that kind of stuff, cool cars, everything like that. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to announce a raffle that is currently underway. We're doing a raffle that is similar to what we did last a couple months ago, where we're going to be raffling off a free hood wrap, uh, and also a free tailgate wrap, and also a free rear window wrap. So if you guys are looking to get any of those done, now is your time to take advantage of the raffle. It's a free raffle. We've already blasted a couple social media posts to where you can click on the link, you can register. It's for free, and you guys can submit your request and get a chance to win. This time, what we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to do a little bit differently. Is we're going to run the raffle from it's already good now all the way to the end of the car show on Saturday. So we're even going to be taking submissions during the car show, and we're going to announce the winner on Monday. During our Red Alpha Mugshot Monday podcast, whenever we're going to go live. We'll go live, we'll announce the winner then. So it gives you all of this time from now to then to submit your entry, and then you can actually submit 3 times. Once for the hood, once for the rear window, and once for the tailgate. Whatever you want. But so tomorrow we're going to be setting up a booth at Premier Auto Concept. This is our, where we do our installs. We have a shop right there connected to their building, or inside of their building, if you want to call it. And we're going to be doing we're going to be installing a wrap on a hood. And so it's actually one of the people, the contestants who won the hood wrap last time. We finally got their design ready, got the scheduling and all that, and so they've agreed to allow us to do kind of a live install of the window wrap on their vehicle. That's going to be tomorrow. So the customer appreciation is going to be from 12 to about 2, actually 11 to about 2 tomorrow, um, at 834 Oak Street. And if you guys are following us, you'll see all of we are already put all of that on social media. So, but if you're not connected with us and you haven't seen it, just be on the lookout for another post, because after I finish this live, I'm going to make sure that I put another post. I'm going to be promoting the customer appreciation lunch tomorrow, and then we'll have the address and all that stuff. I'm going to be promoting the raffle that we're doing, so that you guys can, just make sure that it's in, we get your attention. We'll get your attention on one of them, right? And so when it comes to the hood wrap, I want to let you guys know like what your options are. So what we can do is we can design something, whatever it is that you're into. This particular design is it's a really cool. I don't want to spoil it, but it's a really cool design. The customer was into, so we were kind of making sure that we had it right. And we got it approved, and now we're about to do it. They brought the vehicle in day before yesterday, I believe, and we measured it to make sure everything's going to print right. And and then so I'm actually going to start printing later on today so that it can be ready. We'll laminate in the morning, and then we'll be good to go to install. I'm also going to go live during the install, so that way you guys can kind of, maybe ask some questions while I'm installing, or hopefully we'll have some people that are coming by that can ask questions. We'll have business cards. Like I said, we'll have our booth, so have some information that you guys can come by. And one of the things that I'm going to make sure that I'm going to take to the luncheon tomorrow, to the customer appreciation lunch tomorrow, and the car show, is I'm going to take this brand new swatch book that just came in. My wife just said, "Hey, look what just came in." It is the swatch. It's a new swatch book from Oracal. It's for their 970 RA material, and we had the opportunity to install some of that on two different. No, actually, just one. The other one was KPMF, and but we wanted to get the swatches because Oracal has some interesting colors that you don't necessarily see with with 3M or Avery, which is the other uh, two brands that we typically go with. I mean, but colors like, let me check this out. Look at that. That right there, that color is sparkling, man, sparkling river rush. Look at that one. Really cool. I saw a yellow one. It's called lightning strike yellow. That's pretty cool. Let's see. We got some color shift materials. I mean, there's that aquamarine. I don't know why I'm going towards these aquamarine colors, but so what else we got here? They got metallics. We got some metallics. We got some just your standard colors. Got those, and some really cool stuff with Oracal. And so before we started getting into the cast material, we would use the Oracal, the 3165, their calendared material. We use it on all our signage type stuff, decals and all that. Oracal 3165. And we used to use the Oracal 651 for lettering, but now I actually use the 3165 or something a little bit better, because the 651 is more like it's an economy version of their calendared vinyl. 3165 it's more kind of a medium range, works really well. If we're doing the office hours on doors, or if we're doing lettering on vehicles or trailers, that 3165 usually works pretty good. But the cast material, this is the stuff that you go with whenever you want to do a full wrap or do a hood wrap. Like if you're looking at doing a color change on your vehicle, you can just kind of go through the swatch book, find the color that you want, and then we just order a roll, and then we just install that bad boy. But you can get a color change if you're looking at the hood, a color change, or even your tailgate, right? On the rear window, we're going to be doing the perforated vinyl. So that's something where you're going to want to get a design. We can put your business logo or your last name, or whatever it is, your girlfriend's name or your wife's name. It's almost like a tattoo on your truck, right? Or if for the ladies, you can do that. You can get your boyfriend's name tattooed on the rear window of your truck, which is us printed it on perforated vinyl, and then we'll make it all pretty and stuff for you, and then we'll install it, right? So this raffle, just remember, you have to go to our website, rawraps.com, rawraps.redacp.com. It is the link in the bio option, but that is in that social media post, right? Click on the link, submit your request, and you're in there. We're going to do a live announcement of the winner. It's going to be kind of old school, where we just put all the names in a bucket, right? And then we'll pick out the name, and then you guys will have to contact us to schedule everything. Like, we first thing we do is we get all the design and all that stuff, and then and then once we got all that stuff, we'll schedule the install and get it done. But we're going to do the same thing for the World of Build. So we're hoping that you guys are listening, and that you can submit your request, or your entries, and then we'll go through and we'll sort them all. But if you guys don't want something that's designed, and you win one of the prizes, we can always do a color change type deal, right? Oracal is a good brand. I'll have this swatch book along with the 3M and Avery one that we have, and then of course I'm going to be doing a live demonstration, live install tomorrow between we're going to have the vehicle at noon. So the lunch starts at 11, goes to 2. Right around noon, the customer is going to bring their car, and I'm not going to rush. I'm going to take my time, but usually I can knock those out in less than an hour for sure. So we'll do the prep process and so if you're a company out there and maybe you got a detail shop and you want to promote your supplies and stuff like that, come out. Let's show people what we can do to prep the vehicle, because that's a big part of it too. So if you want to come out and kind of demonstrate the prep, we can do that. I'll demonstrate the install and the design and all that stuff, but we can get you out there and let's go over the prep stuff, because there's things out there that you know that us as installers and print shops, that's not our expertise. We do the best that we can to prep it, make sure that there's nothing underneath it, but there are people out there that own detail shops, things like that. I know our friends at Private Reserve Detail are going to be there, so I might talk to them as well. But anybody else, if your supplies, and you're following this right here, and you want to come out and just just kind of mingle with us, right? Get some food. We'll have that out there. We'll have some business cards and heck, we got a table. We'll have a table out there. So if you want to bring some of your products and do them as a giveaway, that is cool too. Just send us a message, or give us a call ahead of time. That way we can go ahead and coordinate that. But I know it's a last minute thing, and I wasn't really thinking about doing a bunch of giveaways, that type of deal. I was just going to show up, set up my table. We're going to have some business cards. We're going to do the live demo, and I figured that was my part. But now that I'm actually, promoting the lunch, I wanted to invite anybody that's out there that's connected to us to show up. If you're a customer, obviously, you don't have to just be a Red Alpha customer. You can be a customer of Premier Auto Custom. Show up. Red Alpha Custom Prints customer, show up. Private Reserve Detailing LLC, show up. And anybody else that's connected, if your friends, family, show up. And let's have some good food. I'm sure Bone and them are gonna be playing some good music. I call it baby making music, and so it's a Friday, right? It's a Friday, so if you could take off of work early or take a long lunch, whatever you got to do, just come by and hang out. We'll be there, and we'll be answering some questions and all of that. But yeah, so the raffle, so I'm excited. We already got one person taking care of the rear window perf that came out really good, and I posted some videos of that. It was for my man Vic. Martinez. We did the South Side logo on the rear window of his truck. Just it was real simple, black background with red, but it looked good. The contrast was good. The install went well, and he was he really thanked me for knocking it out. So it was our pleasure to knock that out. It's a great person. I've known him for a while. Been a long time supporter of our business, and so it's really cool to be able to do that. For someone like that. And then also we already got the tailgate. The winners that we got the tailgates already in process right there. So we'll schedule that one out, and then the rear the hood. I'm going to be installing that tomorrow, and so we'll make room for the new winners. Hopefully, you guys can challenge us in terms of the design. I'm hoping that you guys are into some cool stuff, That way you can challenge our graphic designers, and we could do something that is clearly unique, and just bring whatever vision that you have to life on your hood or tailgate or rear window. We've done some pretty cool stuff. If you go to our let me see, we post a lot of stuff on Facebook, but then also here on TikTok, but Instagram, we post our work and stuff like that. And so we've done some cool custom stuff, and that's always fun. It's fun doing something unique. We do a lot of commercial stuff, but the custom designs, those are always fun to do. And so I'm looking forward to that. And so then besides the luncheon tomorrow, um, once we finish that, then it's like we're already set up for the car show. And so as soon as we pack everything up, we're going to go over there to the Coliseum, and we're going to set up early on Friday, so that way on Saturday all we got to do is show up and then just do our thing. I'm hoping that we can like go around and show all the cars, and not just have to sit at our booth all day. Sitting at the booth is cool, but I like to. It's hard for me to just sit down and just that's a long time, 8 to 6. That's a long time to just sit down all of day. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna meet the people. I'm gonna shake some hands like I'm running for mayor or something. Shake some hands, and if I have some business cards in my hands, I'm gonna get yours, or you're gonna get mine. That type of deal. Shoot, I might close some business. It's just like I got to be doing something. I'm not just going to sit around and just wait for people to come to me. I'm going to go to those people, and it's just something that I've always been comfortable doing. I like just meeting new people and seeing how we can do how we might can help your business out or help your personal project out with the services that we offer. That's my thing. That's what I like doing. And so man, uh, shout out to Creed Beck for putting up the World of Build show. He's doing a great job. We're gonna have those banners done. My wife went to go grab the material. We're gonna start cranking those out. We'll let you know when they're ready. So I'll probably do another live video of me actually printing the banners, and so that way you guys can see that we are the banner kings here in Abilene, here in West Texas. If you need a banner, buy it from Red Alpha Custom Prints, because we do a good job. But also, there's an extra something, right? That it's like I don't know if you guys really believe in this kind of stuff, but I think that whenever you're doing business with people, you want to make sure that the right energy, the right spirit is on the products that you're buying, right? And so whenever you buy from someone who's like full of good, positive energy, positive vibes, that right there, it gets into the fabric. Of the banner, it's in the fabric of the business cards that you buy. So you're not just buying a banner, right? You're buying a banner. You're buying an item, right, that has been touched and that has been blessed by the Rat Food Master, right? And so whenever you buy a banner that has been blessed by the Rat Food Master, you can expect maybe twice, maybe three times. I don't know. I mean, it's like I haven't really done all the studies, but you can expect more business than just your ordinary banner, right? Whenever you buy a sign from Red Alpha Custom Prints, it has been blessed by the Rat Food Master. And so that right there holds some weight. So whenever you got a blessing that's on the thing that you're buying from us, price doesn't even matter, right? Right? Because how much would you pay for twice the amount of sales? How much would you pay for a company that is going to share your post, that's going to interact for your post, that is going to pray for you, that is going to speak good things on your business, right? That's you can't put a price tag on that kind of stuff, right? And that's something we do on a daily basis. We make sure that we look out for our customers, and that's not saying we always get it right, right? We mess up, right? But when I mess up, I make it right. I try to do my best to do the right thing, right? But the one thing that I do really well is I make sure that I interact with our customers' posts, make sure that I share them, and then man, that's like I'm part of your marketing team. Whenever you look at it, when you look at it that way, I'm part of your marketing team, and I'm doing all of that for free. Right, so not only are you getting a partner on your marketing team whenever you order from Red Alpha Custom Prints, but you're also getting a blessing, right? Kind of like Rocky, whenever he would run by Father Carmine's, when Father Carmine was waving from the church, right, and he'd run by there and get blessed by Father Carmine. Well, you can be blessed by the Rat Food Master, right? I'll speak a special blessing over your business, and then we'll watch it multiply, and then we'll talk about the stories somewhere down the road. That is what we do, right? We just so happen to print cool stuff, but the blessings that we put on your business, the way that we support your business, the way that we make sure that we promote your stuff. That is the value right there. That is the value that I think that us as a company, that's where we kind of will separate ourselves from your average print shop. There are a bunch of print companies out there that do a good job, no question about it, right? But I think that where we set ourselves apart is the extra stuff, the things that I call the value added services that are free, right? We do this kind of stuff for free, and so the blessings are free, right? But you can kind of track it. It's like, man, ever since I was doing business with Red Alpha, my business is doing pretty good, right? And ever since I had that conversation with Ruben, the Rat Food Master, my day just went better. He brightened up my day because he said something inspirational, or he spoke a special blessing. I've actually prayed for people right there in the middle of the road. I spoke blessings over them, over their family. If there's something that I know that they need, those are things that I do just automatically, right? I do that stuff automatically because I care for people, right? It just so happened that I started doing the business that we done, but I never changed who I was, right? I was created to be someone that can be a blessing to other people. I was created to be kind of a bridge between one person and another person. I've done that, the majority of my life, and it's no different now. It's like I look out for my peeps, and so that's what we do it for. But but I wanted to go ahead and sign off, and before I do that, I wanted to just invite you guys once again, right, to go to our website, rawraps.redacp.com, right? Click on the link in bio, page, right, and then it'll pop up the raffle entry, and then submit your entry. You could do it three times. You could do it once for the hood. You could do it once for the rear window, or once for the trailer, and then go ahead and get that. I'm hoping to get a bunch of people. That way we can, have a bigger pile of names in the bucket that we choose from, right? I want to see maximum participation, and then we're gonna run the raffle all the way through the end of the car show on Saturday, which is this coming Saturday, June 27th. Starts at 8 a.m. and it runs to 6 p.m. at the Taylor County Coliseum, and so we'll be out there with our booth. We'll have several other vendors that are going to be out there as well, selling their merch. Food trucks selling their food, and we'll have information and things like that. And I'm going to try to walk around and eat some food. I'm going to talk to some of the other vendors, and I'm going to take some pictures and videos of the cars. That's what I'm going to do, and I'll probably have my wife just sitting at the booth answering questions that you guys might have. I'm going to check up on her. Don't get me wrong. I'll make sure that she has nice food, whatever it is, a drink. That way she can do that, and then, or if she wants to, I'll sit there at the booth. It's no, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever, as long as we're just not just sitting there twiddling our thumbs. And I think that our we may have some giveaways, some DTG printed giveaways, right? I'm talking to a friend of mine. He's kind of seeing what he can do, and I say, hey, what can you make me by tomorrow, by Saturday? And like, I wasn't thinking about doing giveaways, but whenever we started talking, he printed like a leaderboard for my laminator, and so like he's getting started in the DTG game, and so I was like, just kind of sending stuff to him. So the leaderboard, I'm gonna go pick up that today. I'm gonna try it out, see if my laminator, see if it fits in my laminator and all that stuff, and so on the leaderboard on the laminator, we're just using, like, right now we're just using like a piece of Coroplast, which is sign material. It works fine, but we have to replace it every so often. But this leaderboard, this 3D printed leaderboard, is something that I think is going to last for a long time. It's got our logo on it, which is pretty cool, and so I've been wanting one of those for a little bit. So he's also going to be working on probably some squeegees and things like that. But Hopefully by tomorrow or Saturday, we'll be able to have some giveaways and some branded giveaways, which is pretty cool. I'm excited about that. We'll have some business cards, and I'm thinking about doing like bringing back a promotion that we had towards the end of the year, which is a special promotion for anybody that is looking to get. Their vehicle wrapped within the next month or two. I called it an early, an early booking sale to where we give you a discount on the whole thing. We make it easier for you to to pay your partial payment slash deposit, right? And so it's something like that so that we can lock you in, right? And then we can work on the process, but we want to make it to where it's like attractive to you, right? So obviously, it's not going to be the same price. It's going to be at a discounted price. It's going to be easier to put a partial payment on it, and then we might give some more discount if like if you have more than one vehicle, we might can give you a discount on a multiple vehicles, that kind of deal. And just something to kind of hype up the car show. We might have something like that. I know we're going to do the raffles entries, and we'll have some giveaways. We'll have some business cards and things like that. And one thing that actually worked really good at the car show is my wife had a big old bucket of candy, and there were people coming just to grab the candy, and there were a bunch of kids that were grabbing the candy, and they're like, is it okay to get this? And like, yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out. And until their parents came a little bit later on, and they're like, put that back, you're gonna get sick. And so I was like, that sorry about that. We didn't know that we had to put a limit to that. But shoot, I'm a grandpa now, so I'm not gonna put no limits on what my grandson can eat. You want all the candy in the world, that's fine. Your stomach might be hurting later, but if it doesn't hurt, then come back again. And so that I'm in that mode. I'm in grandpa mode now. I'm not in parent mode where it's like I'm worried about the consequences of overeating candy. So we'll have some candy. We'll have a bowl of candy out there, and then we'll see what else we can do. We'll hopefully have some little knickknacks to give away, and of course some business cards for the car show. But hopefully we'll have you guys show up not only to our booth at the car show, but at our booth tomorrow at 834 Oak Street. We're going to be at our second shop. Where we do our installs over there at Premier Custom Auto. We rent a bay out there. They allowed us to put a sign up in our bay, so we got a garage door and all that, man. We got that, and we can do all our installs inside, which is pretty cool. But we're going to be doing a live demo tomorrow in between 12 and 2. Well, yeah, in between 12 and 2, the luncheon starts at 11, right? So you can get there early. But the demo is going to be from 12 to 2. We're going to have the customer come out, bring the vehicle. We're going to talk a little bit about the prep process, hopefully, and then we're going to talk about the install process, the trimming, and all of that stuff. We'll go through that. It may take us 2 hours to do it because I'm going to talk a lot about it. But regardless, we're hoping that people will come out and see it, get inspired by the design, and say, "Ooh, I didn't know that you can do that." And then I'll be like, "Well, of course I can." And then we're gonna sign you up, and we're gonna take your money, and then we're gonna all be happy because we're gonna get what we want. And so that's the goal, right? That's the goal. So I want to sign off for now. If you guys need anything in between now and tomorrow, in between now and the end of the day, just give us a call or send us a direct message on, if you're on TikTok, send us a DM. If you're on Facebook, send us a DM. YouTube, send us a DM. If you happen to be connected to us on the other social media platforms that we're not live streaming to, like LinkedIn or Instagram, you can still message us there. And I'm really good at responding. I have like an outstanding response rate. Uh, I challenge you to find someone who is better at responding than I am. If you send me a text, uh, I'm going to respond right away. If you send me a direct message, I'm going to respond like almost right away. It's just something about I don't know, I'm wired that way. Like you send me a message, you're not going to wait for a response. I don't care if it's an uncomfortable conversation. I'm just like, boom, respond. I'm a response person. And so, yeah, send us a message. If it's an email, I'm really good about that. Phone call, if I miss a call, I call right back. Those kind of deals. I'm really good at that kind of stuff. And so send us that message, and we will help you out to the best of our ability. Our hours today, the same as every day, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6 p.m. But you guys know that if you message me, I'm attached to my phones in most cases, and so we'll message you. I'm not going to keep you on like waiting. I try not to. And so we'll message you as fast as we can, and we will help you out to the best of our ability. But that's it for now. Come see us tomorrow at the luncheon. Come see us on Saturday if you can, and say hi to me and my wife, and let's have a good time. But that's all for now. That's Ruben with Red Alpha signing off.